Ethereum is going to have a massive move in the next coming days, and if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to continue watching this video. Hey guys, Pingu Charts here, and welcome back to another Ethereum analysis. Now, in the previous video, I mentioned that we will be looking to test the highs at around the 1725, or at least this wick around the 1710. Now, surprisingly, Ethereum actually retested a major high of 1745 and continued higher. This is the wick that Ethereum did test up here, and it looks like they're seeing some sort of rejection patterns on this resistance level now, right? So usually when this happens on a major level, we will see a consolidation to the downside and then another move up. But as of right now, it looks like Ethereum might try to go for another leg up. The reason is because we are still hovering over the exponential moving averages. Usually you'll see the exponential moving averages continue on pushing further, and Ethereum will continue rising with that until you see a break below. And I'll give you guys an example of this, right? So let's say over here, you can see this perfectly, right? Ethereum broke above the exponential moving averages and then just continued higher. And this was a support level created for Ethereum and then pushed once again. If that looks familiar to you, it's because we are kind of in the same pattern stick right now, right? When you're trading Ethereum like this, you can see that we're kind of pushing above the exponential moving average, and we might see another push to the upside. Now, looking at it in hindsight, technically speaking, obviously there is going to be some consolidation both ways, but we may actually go and test the 1875 level here before the merge, right? Usually when you see a pattern like this where resistance is broken once, you can see that there was a major level being tested over here. We will at least go test the highs of this little move to the downside, right? So it'll create a pattern like this. That is what we might see on Ethereum in the short term over the next few days before the merge. Now, obviously, what is the bearish situation, right? So currently speaking, on the bearish side of things, you can see that Ethereum is rejecting the resistance level here at 1745. We may see a move to the downside, and hopefully we can possibly see a bounce. But if not, if the 1660 level is breached once again, we can kind of have a waterfall effect like we did over here, right? Ethereum fails to break above, and we see a massive move to the downside, retesting the lows of 1425. But you guys know, as I mentioned this before, if we do break the support levels here and we do test the 1421, 1425 level, we will not be holding that level. The area of interest then becomes the $1,278 level, and the reason why that level is so special, once again, as you can see over here, we did have a major resistance on this level and we failed to break it twice, and then on the third test we had to move higher. And the reason for that is, again, because I mentioned to you guys, is when you have a major resistance like this, it's usually a good indication of a strong support level, and that looks like what's going to happen on Ethereum is we may possibly test this level. Well, some of you are probably wondering, okay, well, what about the other levels, right? What about 1356? Why wouldn't that hold? Well, the reason for that is we've already tested that level twice, and on the third test, you guys know that we will see a move to the downside, so just keep that in mind. And now we can analyze the lower time frames on Ethereum to kind of give us a better picture of what's happening. So on the lower time frames, it looks a little bit more bearish, right? We are seeing consolidation, but we are seeing larger red candles right now than we are seeing some green candles. So this is usually a sign of indication that bulls are being exhausted and we are pushing lower. So with that being said, we could see a move to the exponential moving average down here to around the 1691 level, and then a possible bounce, or back down to support and then a bounce. Now, something to pay attention to, guys, is I did mention this before, we are still creating a BART formation, right? Now, some people will say, oh, it's invalidated, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, if you look on the 4-hour chart, this is still a BART formation, right? We still had a move to the upside, straight up, and now straight up again. So we could see another, we could just keep going like this and consolidate, and then a move to the downside like we saw over here on Ethereum before, right? We saw this move happen right here. Same thing. We had a move to the upside, continued higher, consolidated, and then a move to the downside. So you want to be careful and try not to get caught in that kind of move set. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.